Israel has released 90 Palestinian prisoners as part of the ceasefire deal with Hamas. Women and children were the first to be freed in the initial phase of the agreement. Well, one of the most prominent of those freed is Khalida Jarrar. She's a leader of the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine and an elected member of the Palestinian Parliament. Jarrar was in solitary confinement for months in a suffocating 2 by 1.5 metre cell, which human rights groups compared to a tomb. She's been in and out of Israeli prisons for years because of her membership of a group that Israel considers to be illegal. Well, Al Jazeera's correspondent Nida Ibhraim was in the occupied West Bank covering a similar Palestinian prisoner release during the November 2023 ceasefire. She joins us here in the studio. Nida, let's start with Khalida Jarrar there. Many people were shocked by her appearance compared to what she looked like when she went into detention. What did you think?
Yes, it wasn't shocking for us to see her looking like that because we've been hearing from her lawyers about difficult stories about her situation inside Israeli jails, as she was put, as you say, there in solitary confinement. She could not reach out to the outer world. And this is part and parcel of what many, if not the vast majority, of Palestinian prisoners were going through after the war. All of these extra measures that were taken by the Israeli forces against Palestinian prisoners were compared to collective punishment by Palestinians. We've seen the Israeli forces rounding up every day during Israeli raids to the occupied West Bank, dozens, if not hundreds of Palestinians every day, sometimes releasing them after and sometimes keeping them under what's known administrative detention. And these detentions are arrest without charges, so without a trial, which means that these people can be there indefinitely. And with this situation that is inside jail, we've seen so many horrific before and after pictures of these Palestinian prisoners looking like they lost so much weight, they got sick. And one in particular, I remember Muazzez Abayat, he was released out of jail and he could not recognize his own family. They were, running some tests, but they said that they feel that he had suffered so much mental pressure while he was in jail.
Why are these people being arrested? Why, for example, is Khalida Jarrar being arrested? You say there's no charge and they're held in administrative detention, which is indefinitely. What are they gaining from this?
Yeah, and it's not her first arrest even, and she had lost her daughter while she was in jail. She died and she could not attend her funeral. But as far as Israel is concerned, when it comes to Khalida, they see her as someone who's prominent, who could move the street in a certain way. They want to show that anyone and everyone could be arrested by the Israeli forces. So it's another measure by the Israeli forces to exercise power and control on Palestinians' lives, remind them who has the control. And so if they think of doing something to resist Israel's occupation, the price that they pay is going to be really, really high. So this is part of how occupation operates. But we've seen many Palestinians being arrested as young as 13, 14, and their charges could be, throwing rocks at the Israeli forces that are raiding Palestinian cities. And for many Palestinians, it's seen as a way that Israel wants to remind all generations that if they think to resist its occupation, the price is going to be very, very high.
Indeed it is. Nida Ibhraim, many thanks indeed for coming in.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.